All right, so the evening practice where we have this wonderful hour to come out of the mental noise and into subtle realms of yoga to unify our physical, mental, emotional capacities. And I'm seated in kind of like it's almost like a double pigeon. It's a sukhasana. I love, yeah, and I see you're at the shins as well, flexing the feet. Okay, take a moment, hands on the knees, and feel the form, feel the bones. You can feel your tailbone rooting down already in your seat. Really get in and also feel the pubic bone. Without just sort of thinking, you potentially can feel it. Make sure you can really actually feel the pubic bone. Slowly walk up, roll up the vertebra. Feel how it naturally invites deeper breaths. Feel your lower arm bones grow heavy, shoulders relaxing down. And then a choice with the leg. You could stack the right foot on top of the left or leave it in front. Some of you might like to bring your right leg into a half lotus, bringing the foot up into the groin. See what feels comfortable there. No pain in the knee. Now get long with your right arm. Reach right arm out. Start to wrap it behind the back. And you might bind with the right foot or just keep the hand in a wedge to the low back. Work the twist to the right side, left hand on the right knee. And take your time here. We'll spend a few breaths in this opening twist. Rounding down, feel the bones in the pelvis, tailbone, sit bones, pubic bone. With every inhale, lift your lower back away from the tailbone at the same time, rooting tailbone down. The chin is in line, chin and forehead in line with the chest. Next inhale, bottom of the ribs lift off of the hips. Middle of the ribs, lifting up through the collarbones. Then relaxing the shoulder blades down the back. Next inhale, grow tall through the crown of the head. Full breath in. And then begin to empty out the lungs and sink deeper into your twist, feeling full shape. Never using the neck to twist, keeping that deep introspective awareness of the shoulders seal onto the back body and move in the mid of the torso. Slowly unwind and change the legs. So it could be left foot in front, it could be left foot stacked. If the knee allows, your hip allows, the joint, half lotus. Extend out through left arm. Use your breath through the transitions as you find maybe the foot, the hip, or the lower back, right hand to left knee. Take that dive in. Really feel pubic bone. Anchor tailbone down. And lift the lower back off the hips. Find the breath. Expand the bottom ribs away from your hips. Expand the middle of the ribs away from the bottom ribs. Feel the collarbones lifting, crown of the head lifting. And then the shoulders sliding down, deep exhale as you revolve and move into the spaces the shape enables you to move into. Back of the neck is long, the neck is soft. And we slowly release. Let's release the legs. We'll come down onto the back. And crossing the right shin or the right ankle rather, sole blade of the foot. It could be the very outside blade on your thigh or just the ankle. You can turn your thigh bone out with the right hand. As you pick up the left foot, either hold the left thigh or the shin. And take a moment as the right knee travels out. Feeling the low back, you might rock a little side to side. The left foot comes down, we'll cross the right thigh over left thigh. Lift the left foot, and you can, if you find the double wrap here, go for it. Hands behind the head. Take a deep breath into the belly, into the lower back. Hold your breath. Lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. Press the top of the sacrum down and exhale as you lift the tailbone and lift the thighs and knees straight up. Head is supported. Take another breath here. Hold the breath. Top of the sacrum down. Exhale as the knees and thighs go skyward. Elbows lifted. Pull the belly down. One more deep breath in. Hold the breath. Lift the tailbone. And then as you exhale, knees and thighs skyward, elbows skyward, pull the belly down. Relax the head and neck back down. Leave the legs where they are. Bring your hands to the right thigh. Deep breath in, hold the breath. Top of the sacrum down. And as you exhale, lift the tailbone, squeeze the sitting bones, press thighs into hands, hands into thighs, and the thighs go toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, right down into the pelvis, and hold your breath. Pressing thighs into hands, begin to exhale, lift the tailbone, squeeze sitting bones, knees toward the ceiling, head and neck relaxed. One more. Deep breath in. Hold the breath, feel the top of the sacrum press down. As you exhale, press thighs into hands, hands into thighs, knees go skyward, and lift the tailbone. Unravel the legs. Deep breath through the transitions. Reach your arms back behind you. Feel the shoulders stretch, arm bones stretch. Left foot or the ankle onto the right thigh for figure four, pigeon pose. And already help your thigh bone, rotating it out to the side, and then you find either right thigh or the shin. Interlace the hands here. Just to feel the actions taking place in lumbar and hip and around the feet. Sometimes the rounding of the upper spine, trying to keep the back of the head, the neck, rooting down. Foot to the floor, crossing the thighs. Maybe you can find the double hook, and if the knees don't allow it, don't do it. You can still do this perfectly with the feet set with just the one cross. Hands behind the head, supporting the head. Feel the cranium really resting back. Take a deep breath in and hold the breath. As the elbows and head come up off the mat, exhale to lift the thighs and knees skyward. Squeeze the sitting bone, top of the sacrum down and tailbone lifting. Pull the belly down. Inhale here, head and shoulders lifted and hold the breath. Press top of the sacrum down, lift tailbone. Thighs and knees toward the ceiling as we hold the belly down. Exhale. Elbows lifted. Take a deep breath in. Maybe those shoulders come off the ground a little more. Hold the breath. Feel the top of the sacrum rooting down. As you exhale, thighs, knees up toward the ceiling, tailbone lifted, squeeze sit bones. And lower the head back down. Keep the legs as they are. Bring your hands to the left thigh. Ooh, one hand crosses the other. Now, take a deep breath in. Hold it. Press the top of the sacrum down. And as you exhale, press thighs into hands, hands into thighs. Oh, and feel the lower abdominals working. Take a deep breath. Hold the breath. Press hands into thighs, thighs into hands. And as you exhale, lift the tailbone. Oh, last one. Take a deep breath. You can do it. Hold the breath. Lift the tailbone. Press hands into thighs, thighs into hands. As you exhale, lift the knees skyward. Pull the belly down. Oh, and release the legs. Take a moment, just feet on the mat, hands onto your belly. You should have a lot more awareness, sensation now into this core, into root, sacral, solar plexus. Maybe some movements there to readjust, recalibrate, maybe tilt and tuck the pelvis away from you. Have a sense how you can perceive the sitting bones in relationship to the top of the pelvis, and then in relation to the inside inner groin of your pelvis as well. So we roll knees from side to side. You can also scoop your shoulder blades deeper underneath you as the knees go one way. Opposite shoulder comes under the body a little more. Very releasing and relaxing through the neck as well, head and neck. Use your toes, the inner and outer edges of your feet. Draw both knees in. Maybe hold behind the knees. Give yourself a little rock and roll side to side. And then eventually we'll come up to a seat. I'm going to roll to one side. You're welcome to roll along the spine to come up. And set up for dolphin. Coming down to dolphin. Get a hold of your upper arm bones and check that the elbows go right under the shoulders. It's so important we get the setup every time. Forearms forward. You can see your elbow, wrist, kind of middle finger are roughly sort of heading in the right, same direction. Sometimes even bringing the elbows closer under midline helps. And we relax the head here. Begin to take deep breaths into the upper back, into the chest. And continue to relax the head. And just feel before we go anywhere, feel all the actions in the armpits, around the biceps, triceps. Make sure head and neck is relaxed. Take another deep breath in as we send air into those sort of very high thoracic vertebrae. Now tuck your toes, begin to lift the hips, power down through the elbows, forearms. And begin to shift the weight back. Ribs away from the hips, chest moving back. Whatever intensity is there, just sort of be in it. Come out of any story of I can't or is this right? Just feel, try to feel from the bone level. More weight up through the legs, back through your heels. Lift that tailbone. And slowly lowering down, come back into embryo. Hands can sweep back behind you. And take a little rock side to side. Coming all the way up into your 4-point base. Fingers spread. We'll take some classic cat-cows here. Checking the wrist crease is more or less parallel to the front line of your mat. And you work the strength of the shoulders. And lift and the lowering through the front body. And we can kind of see where we're holding more tension quite easily often with these movements. And we might just focus a little bit more, maybe holding or going slower through one of the positions or the other. Feel free to send the head off to one side and maybe the hips go the same way. Angle it out. Find some lateral flexion. Extend right leg back. Firstly on the ball of the right foot. We might have done this before where we bend the knee and the foot faces up. Sometimes we have to check and see the foot is flat, heading toward the ceiling. Put a little bend through your lower back as if you wanted to lift the belly slightly. And keeping this bend here, we pulse the foot straight up. We work just into a more interesting area, into the groin, the glute. Keep allowing the front of the low belly to relax down. A few more pulses here, even through your hands. Now extend the leg, ground it to the floor, open up into the side gate, baby side gate, right arm lifting. And check the neck here, the head is relaxed. And work into feeling an even stretch across the chest, rolling the left shoulder blade onto the back body. Breathing as deep as you can down into pelvis. Long right side body line. You might go over the ear, maybe fingers reaching away. Breath, balance, just feeling the body in space. Slowly looking down, coming down back to the 4-point. Tabletop. We'll lift the left leg, or we'll send it back first. You might want to stretch out the calf, work the toes. Keep kind of scooping biceps, triceps forward. Keep plugging the upper arm bones in. We bend the knee. You can look around and see the foot flat, straight up to the ceiling. Put a little bend in your lower back. Let the belly relax. And then pulsing the foot up here. You'll hopefully find, once you've kind of barreled through the lower back, you can get into a nice groove of the glutes. A little squeeze of the outer right hip in. Pulses here. Very good. And that hamstring insertion, always nice to have the awareness there. We'll open up onto the right side, pressing down through right hand, left arm lifting. And invite the right shoulder back in space. Maybe relax the head with a long left side neck stretch. Tailbone reaching away. Perhaps extending left arm all the way up and overhead. Arcing the ribs. Well done. Slowly come down. You can sit back on the heels. I invite the toe tuck if you're up for that, not just onto your heels. And we'll take a few finger stretches. So let's start with the right hand. Upper arm bone is scooped back in and down. And first take a small finger right side. Take a deep breath in. Tailbone heavy, navel drawing back, and as you exhale, pull the little finger back toward the chest. And watch the arm bones don't sort of go further out from the joint. Find the ring finger. You can put the thumb right onto the strong bone close to the palm. Take a deep breath in. Still tailbone heavy. Abdominals drawing in, and as you exhale, draw that finger towards your heart space. Go steady. There'll be a lot of sensation here in the hands. Find the middle finger. Take a deep breath in. Shoulders plugging in and down. Neck is long, relaxed. As you exhale, draw that middle finger back towards you. Index finger. Ribs are relaxing, front ribs drawing in, crown of the head reaching, and as you exhale, draw the finger back towards your heart space. Tailbone heavy. And then the thumb. Give it a little shake. You can draw the thumb back towards you. Nose cup onto the knees to release the toes slightly and tap the toes behind you. And just so maybe in between, little kind of camel to reset the pelvis, gather a little bit of length so hands can face down. Find your knees, they can be hip distance or a little wider. Lift the insertion of your quadriceps around the knees, inner thighs, hug the muscle to the bone. Work to press the hips forward, elbows coming together. Breathe deep down into low belly. Feel the shoulder blades coming together on the back. Chin can stay parallel to the floor. And slowly rising up. You can come down, toes tucked or untucked. It doesn't matter. If you love the toe tuck, check that the little toe is out of the way. Arm bones, scoop them in. As you find the left little finger, deep breath in. Chest is relaxed as you exhale. Little finger back toward the heart. Index finger. Neck is long, tailbone heavy. Exhaling back towards your heart. Middle finger. Deep breath. Exhaling back. Focused and connected. Index finger. Full breath. Drawing it back. So great to isolate through the hand. Think of the heart-lungs connection here. Wiggling the thumb. The joint is sort of moving there. Full breaths. Back to the heart space. Well done. Now we've done the little purposeful hand stretch. Let's find down dog. You might want to lengthen or find your distance from wide knee child's pose so we have a nice arm length. We know where the hips are in relation to the torso. Come up with that long length, tucking toes, shifting the weight back to the heels, head. Start to access bones of the toes, balls of the feet. Maybe sway your hips side to side. You can feel the bones sloshing through tissues and muscles. Head and walking the inner elbows forward towards center. Lengthening the side body. Feet in slightly. Turn the right toes out, like a little sort of grounded, like a warrior's base in your right leg. As you lift the left leg, root through the left hand, maybe come to right-tented fingers out to the side. Got that stronger base through the right leg. You could lift the left. Now maybe the right hand comes all the way back. Maybe right hand holds right ankle. Really grounded through left hand, left shoulder, thumb, index finger, side. And find the head relaxing. Slowly lower down, changing sides. The left toes turn out slightly like a warrior foot. Right leg lifts. Scoop the upper right arm bone to center. Maybe to left fingertips out to the side. Great place to stay. Feeling the shape. Left hand finds left ankle. You use that kind of workings with the arms, head relaxing, right leg lifting. Playing with the balance, the wobbles, walk. Slowly release. Walk your hands back to your feet. And slide hands under the feet. Just give the wrists some attention there. The sitting bones lifting up, the head relaxing. Stretching out the weight. So releasing the hands and coming up to stand ever so slowly. When you arrive, feel free to circle arms up and overhead. Lift your energy. Hands to the heart. Hands in Anjali Mudra, Samastiti Him. Find a little bit of evenness, some balance. The hands at the sternum can help encourage your heart to sort of lift open. Check in to feel the heartbeat. Breath flowing all the way down to the feet. Come to the top of the mat. Bending the knees for Utkatasana. You can keep hands at the heart or raise the arms, maybe lift the shoulders, maybe send the shoulders off the hips. Exhale to fold Uttanasana. Inhaling halfway lift. Exhale, step into plank. With control, knees to the ground, bend the elbows as the shoulders come back. Move the hands forward for the first one, setting up for Cobra. Kneecaps lifted, feet rooting, tailbone rooting. Chest going through the arms, elbows coming into center. Maybe just lift that heart. Have a look at the chest. Lift it a little higher. And then maybe the head. Exhale to lower. Great ribs, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Left leg to the left thumb. Ground the back foot to set up for warrior two. Front heel more or less in line with the arch of the back foot. And circle your arms up and overhead. And here the left sitting bone is tucking under. The right hip is rolling out. Now feel for your left ankle. Feel that inner ankle, really helping to root the bone and support the knee. Feel for your right ankle inside. And then really both sides of the foot, grounding, bones strong. Shoulder shrug, and relax the arms. Take a deep breath into your upper back. Hold the breath. Lift the shoulders. Squeeze the upper portion of the shoulder blades together. As you exhale, glide and slide shoulder blades down the back. Take a deep breath into your upper back and hold the breath in. Lift the shoulders nice and high. Now squeeze the mid portion in between the shoulder blades together on the back body. As you exhale, glide and slide shoulder blades down the back. Inhale deeply into chest, upper back. Lift the shoulders. This time the elbows can bend. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades together, and as you exhale, slide shoulder blades down the back. Left arm comes out and up. You can bend the elbow. Maybe walk the fingertips in between the shoulder blades. Take your right arm out and behind you. Seal it onto the back. Maybe you find the top fingers. If not, just hold some close. And the head is relaxed here. Feet are strong, pelvis open. Take a breath as you feel the left shoulder blade swooping down and away. The right arm, front of it coming in and down, shoulder blade scooping onto the back body. Breath deeply. Let go of the hands. Interlacing hands behind the back. Little squeeze, roll open of your shoulders. And as you exhale, allow your head to dive in between the legs. Round the head, reaching for the floor. Come on, keep tucking left sitting bone back. Keep rolling open the right hip. With your lower back, maybe lift and open a little more. Shoulders open, knuckles reaching toward the ceiling. Strong in your feet, your strong warrior legs. Be with the intensity. Hands to the lower back all the way to the floor. Let's ground the back leg. Toe heel that front foot out. Take a moment here, pause in the lizard lunge. And all of a sudden, lizard lunge is not so bad. Fingers can face away from you, work into your hands. Now, we can send the right fingers forward or a little more out to the side as you Get a sense of index finger, thumb inside all the way to the chest. Maybe left hand works up the inside, opens the chest. You can let the left arm come back behind you. You could tap your left thigh. You might even bend the right knee, right shin. And go for that maybe deep squeeze of right sitting bone into the heel as you release through the quadriceps. And the opposite action of pressing foot into hand, opening the front body. Release foot, find floor. Go heel left foot in. Stepping it back to plank. Nice strong arms, heels back, heart lifted, lowering to the floor. Your choice of hand position for cobra. Lifting kneecaps, tuck tailbone. Inhale to rise. Ribs away from the pelvis. Heart maybe a little higher. Use your hands to reach through the crown of the head. And as you reset lower, downward facing dog, enjoying that transition back. Breath is deep. Now right foot, step it to right thumb. Round the back foot, heel of front foot in line with back arch, coming up to warrior two. Right sitting bone, tuck it under your left hip, wrap it forward. Lift a little through the pubic bone, let the tailbone get heavy. Take a moment to feel the ankles, the arch support. So you can really get a sense of the bones, especially the bones inside the lower leg. They're your stronger leg bone. Shoulder shrugs as we relax the arms. This time, deep breath into the upper back and lift the shoulders at the same time, holding your breath. Squeeze tops of the shoulder blades together. Neck is relaxed, crown of the head reaching as you exhale, glide and slide shoulders down the back. Neck, head relaxed, deep inhale into the upper back chest. Lift shoulders, hold breath. Middle of the rhomboids, squeeze them together right into the spine. Nice, exhale, lower down, release. Last one, feet are active. Deep breath into your upper back, lift the shoulders right up. Now maybe the tips of the elbows come back to help the tips of your scapula draw together. And as you exhale, long the neck, slide the shoulders all the way down the back. Right arm comes out. And up or down. See what feels nice there for the shoulder. As you reach it out, work to bend the elbow up overhead, fingertips in between. Finding the spine, left hand back behind you. Thumb down. Find the fingers or the clothes. And there's no tension unnecessarily in head and neck. We're here in the pose, intense in warrior two. Weight in the left elbow. Right elbow reaching. Right shoulder blade moving away from the back body, away from the midline. And the left shoulder blade tucking in. Feel the chin, feel the breath. As we release the hands, let's interlace hands behind the low back, right sitting bone still working underneath you. Open the chest. Down at the head, reaching inside right foot. Knuckles up. Wrap the left hip forward. Right sitting bone a little further underneath you and just feel for the difference. Feel the power in your right leg. Burn in the quadricep hamstrings. into the balls of your feet. Slowly lower hands inside the right leg. Let the back knee come to the ground and you might make a bit more space for your hips there with the right knee. Left hand under the shoulder. Maybe you just open your right arm to come behind you. You can always take that journey of coming up the inside of the left arm, just so you get a sense of the line. Muscle bone spreading open, maybe finding the right foot. Giving a bit of a squeeze of the heel in. And foot away. And in this variation, you come down to the forearms, measure your distance. Let the head relax, dome the upper back. Maybe toggle the right foot back slightly so you step back to your forearm plank. Now pivot in on the right forearm. Roll the heels back, roll onto the outer blade of your right foot. Close base with your left hand, and then the left arm is lifting. Now we're really supporting through right elbow, right hip, lifting up into the left hip. Maybe go for the side reach. Go back, down, left forearm, yes you can. So the left hand in. Send both heels back as you roll onto the outer blade of the left foot. Start with the right fingertips propping you up. Left ribs lift up into right ribs. Right hand reaches maybe over your ear. Yes, inner thighs working, belly working. All the way down, lower down, slowly, knees, belly. Let the forehead rest on the hands as you wing the elbows out. And deeply breathe. You can lift the feet, circle the ankles. The neck down and feel free to roll the forehead or roll the eyebrows over your hands. And then slowly pressing up and back into child's pose. Feel your hands frame the body. Feel the hinge from the elbows, knees opening wide. Scooping the tailbone back. And just sit up onto your hips. Scoop your legs around in front. Right foot in, left leg out to the side. More like a half straddle. You can always be more forward if you need. And feel the sitting bone rooted, or the both sit bones rooted, both shoulders relaxed. We'll go inside the leg. Maybe you plant the left hand down. And as your right arm opens, give it a reach. Feel the belly turn. And feel the ribs kind of come up off the hips. Relax the head in space and journey where you need to with your right arm. Sometimes it's to go a little bit back behind you, opening the chest. Sometimes you want to go right deep into the side body. Feeling deeply into pelvic floor, bones of the torso, leg bones relaxed. And start to turn over your left leg. Allow the torso to face over your left leg. You might take a hold of your left foot. Get long. Shoulders away from the ears. Big inhale. We'll do 2 Uddiyanas. So you might have to re-inhale here as I explain. And some of you have done it with me before. It's a forceful exhale out through the mouth. You pull the belly back. Hold the breath out as long as you can. And then you soften when you need to inhale. And we'll do another round. And then let a deep breath in. Out through the mouth, all the breath. And hold. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha, fold in, throat in, chin in. Find a bit of a deeper expression of a forward fold with the breath out. And then we soften the belly, taking a breath, preparing for the second round. Full breath in. Hold the breath out through your mouth. And hold. Finding those bandhas. Lift to the pelvic floor, navel drawing back, and the chin into the throat. You need to inhale, soften the belly, and rise up. Hold left leg in, straighten right leg. Always a great moment to find the seat. As your right hand comes under the right shoulder, have a sense of the ribs on the back body in line with the front body. Left arm is coming out, slowly up and overhead. As it goes up overhead, see if it feels good to maybe lean back, open the chest, or go all the way into the lateral side bend. Feeling fingers, wrists. It's slowly turn over the right leg. Angling the belly and the torso. You might find the foot. 2 rounds, full Uddiyana. Deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, all the breath. Hold it up. We go a little deeper over your neck. Soften belly. You need to inhale. Next round, full breath in. All the breath out. Feel the stilling of the mind. Slowly, slowly. We'll make our way down onto the back body. And find the fingers to the heels. Lightly touch the heels, and the feet can be even wider than the hips, but lifting the toes. Just feel that power of your lower legs. Be slow, toes are slightly turning in. Now expand through your ribs. And lift the ribs off of the waist. Back of the head heavy. Chin folded. And when you're ready, begin to tuck tailbones strongly and lift the hips, lift the pelvis. And that root into your feet. And then start to bring the chest toward the face. Neck is relaxed. Inhale, expand into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, tuck tailbone. Inhale, front of the thighs, moving away from the front of the pelvis. Exhale, chest moves toward the throat. Lower the top of your sacrum ever so slightly. Take a deep breath. And send the tailbone toward the knees. Energetically draw inner thighs together without moving the knees. Have a full breath. Neck is relaxed. As you lower down, keep tucking tailbone. Massage the back from your upper spine. Mid spine, slow. Keep tucking tailbone. All the way to the low spine. Knees come in toward the belly. Squeeze inner knees and feet, and then send your knees, feet out to the right. Take a supine twist here. Hold that left arm out to the side or up overhead. Feel the rib cage, belly connection all the way to the pubic bone. Roll it back. Knees in toward the chest. Send knees and ankles, feet over to your left. Allow your right arm to land away from the hips. Whatever expression the right arm wants to take, whatever stretch, just laterally or back behind you. And bring as much weight down to the ground with the body as possible. Just navel, pubic bone. You come back to center. Give yourself a moment to settle in, set up a Shavasana that you are warm, comfortable, and supported in. And so, as we relax, taking a few verses from our beloved Bhagavad Gita. This is from chapter 9, which is called Royal Wisdom, the King of Secrets. I am the nourisher and sustainer of all things, the goal of all actions, the eternal witness, the abode, refuge, and timeless friend of all beings. It is from me the entire creation has arisen. It is in me that it is sustained, and in me that it is again resolved. I am the eternal and imperishable womb of creation, that in whom all people and things have their being. May you devote yourself to realizing me. Fix your mind and heart on me. Offer your actions to me. Surrender all results to me. By knowing in your heart that self-realization is the ultimate goal, and pursuing it with all your heart, you will be united with me. Tatvamasi is the me, that thou art. This me, this isness, the ground of being. Wise friends, kindred spirits, beautiful souls, such an honor to guide you through the practice. Such an honor to share time with you in all these ways. You are so deeply loved, so valued, so appreciated. Heartfelt blessings into your evening, the rest of your week. Dearest Dawn, dearest Hannah. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Until we meet again.